Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasifunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sizokhuluma ngazo le ncwadi suke sizifundile senzela laba phela abasuke bengenaso isikhathi sokufunda iy'ncwadi nalaba abasuke benqana nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala Mzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile TV. Uma ngabe uqala ujoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, do not forget to subscribe la ngezansi bese upress notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesewufakile. Please also make sure you are subscribed to my two other channel. It's Zulu Books by Mntando Mdletshe and also Raising Sipho. To those two channels, make sure that you are subscribed there so you do not miss out on e-content. Guys, I don't know if you remember when Umoja Love introduced Uyajola 99. I don't know if you know. Maybe it was the one or the first or second episode that they played Umoja Love, where this lady just went crazy because this man was cheating on her and she was slapping that man. Mshaya, they were in that car, Umoja Love. Mshaya, and he was turning red from just impama from this woman. And but if you think about Umoja Love right now, leyo nto leyo ayisenzeki kuMoja Love. And the reason ingasenzeki into kanjalo ukuthi a man is beat up like that by a woman on national TV kuMoja Love is for one reason, and that reason is that when that episode played, a lot of men were upset about it, you know. And because of course we were watching the abuse of a man. Yes, he had cheated, but the physical there was no justification for the physical abuse that they enjoyed kule episode le. And even if we thought he deserved it, but it was abused. It was abused. You know, you might have thought he deserved it, you might have thought that he didn't, but it was abused. We cannot I deny that. And but as long as it ends up, because of how men reacted after that episode, not only were they upset about it, but they actually started a petition and signed a petition, and there was a letter sent to Umoja Love as it was reported, which people were not happy with the fact that that was shown on TV. And of course there were bodyguards even back then, Umoja Love, 99, but they were not really protecting a man. They would protect a woman more than they would protect a man. And you remember, I think the show was like withdrawn for some time, and then when it came back, of course, the way that they would do things in terms of protecting the people that are there, which is whoever is a cheater and the one who's being cheated on was different. They were trying to make it look different, even though sometimes you do see that they do let the guy get imbama here and there, but they do try and make it look like they are protecting a man. And that was because of that petition and the complaints that came about around that time, and a lot of them were from men, because they stood up and they said, we're not going to watch a man being abused on TV just because it's a man. It is not acceptable. And we haven't seen an episode like that after that. That was the one man who got beaten on national television. You know, so now coming back to Mnakwethu, you guys, and I've always said ukuthi mina I view Mnakwethu, and I receive it that way, ukuthi Mnakwethu is an abuse of women. Honestly, it might not be physical, but emotionally it is. That show is abusive to women. Not only is the concept, it's because it deals on the concept is tembo, the issue is tembo, but it is the way that the whole thing is presented to a woman. And a big part of that is the presenter of the show, which was Mzansi. And angazi ukuthi, and how does it sit with Mzansi Magic, knowing very well ukuthi they've got somebody here who believes in isitembu. and not necessarily ukuthi ene ubelivela esithenjini, and esithenjini ubelivela ekuthenini not only is a man's feelings and needs taken care of, but also a woman. No, but it's somebody that believes in his temple, but also fights for rights and protection of men. He is very one-sided in the way that he feels. He has come out and said previously ukuthi yena akabhiliveni endabeni ye-feminism. So uyakusho lokho. It's not something I fihlayo, and I feel like I don't know how that has gotten ignored by Mzansi Magic ukuthi, and this show is really it is one-sided. Say ukuthi okay, we accept ukuthi okay, isithembu vele into eyenziwayo kumaZulu, into from obabamkhulu bethu vele, but the fact that right now nobody considers my feelings of a woman in that situation bothers me so much. It bothers me so much. And I've read my comments also online about the show, especially this last week's episode when Wabumsele was talking about how that woman is selfish and how she was abusive to a man. People saw what I saw, that how Ubabum Selego is always one-sided. Ubabum Selego is always for a man. He is always standing for a man. What I do not understand from us as women is how we watch it on TV. We don't like it. We can see it. We can recognize it. We can see it as abuse, and we can identify it as abuse, but we also don't do anything about it, you know and because the channel is not going to do anything about it anyways, because they're making money from the show as it is, as it is. If they're not getting any complaints from any of us about the show or about the host, they're not going to change anything, because if they're getting viewership and maybe even every season it's increasing, they're not going to change anything. Why would you change a formula that works? The only way that they're probably going to make some changes to that show is if us as women make our voices louder, as loud as men made their voices loud when that thing happened on Moja Love with We Are Jola 99. Men we're not having it. This is not going to be on our national screens. We actually thought at the time that Umoja Love was going to get cancelled, but they found a way to bring it back. They were like that. But when it comes to women issues, it's like, are we expecting that somebody else is going to do this for us as women? How come we haven't done anything about it? How come we haven't said that we are going to boycott this show if you guys don't do certain things to change this show? And I say us because I question myself too, because week after, we are in season 3, guys. We are in season 3. The show usually have like 12 episodes or something, or 10 episodes. We watch 10 episodes, so you're watching over 10 women getting exposed to the same kind of abuse and manipulation. And then it's season after season. The fact that this show is on season 3 means that we've accepted it as it is. And if we are saying that there is abuse in the presentation of this show, we have accepted the abuse of women on our national TV, and it seems like we are okay with it. I feel like I don't understand how we don't act the same way that men act when they see another man being abused or mistreated. Like they say, we're not going to stand for it, we're not going to do it, and we're not going to allow you to do it. Why don't we do that as women? I'm questioning even myself for that. I do feel like personally, I would like for a call for a new host on Mnakwethu, so that if that show continues, we need balance. We need balance. A woman's feelings is just as valid and as important as a man's feelings. What she thinks, what she feels, what her wishes are, what her plans for the future are. Just because you were the only son that didn't have whoever, and you want to do whatever because of one something again, yes, okay, yeah, your feelings and thoughts and whatever are valid. But that woman also has the same wishes, has the same dreams, had her own plans, and her feelings too are important. If she's trying to express because she's not happy about a certain situation, why is she being labeled as selfish? And what support are women getting kule show lena, especially after getting that shock that you get, thinking ukuthi you are going there for a holiday with your man, and then all of a sudden boom, there's another woman being introduced on the show. What supports does a woman even get on that show after the episode ends? Can we get evidence that that even happens? But even that, besides that we don't see on the show, what we see on the show is clearly one-sided. That show is about a man. A man wants something and he must get it no matter what. You know, if he needs to step on a woman's feelings, if he needs to disrespect a woman, he needs to do it. And if a woman disrespects back, or if a woman gives feedback and is honest about their feelings, it's like banolak. They are labeled ukuthi banolaka, umamkhulu unolaka, so that's why, that's why nobabe njena, that's why ubabe saba, because umamkhulu unolaka. How can ungabi nolaka, honestly, ubekwa kwi-situation ekanje? I do feel like Ubaba Mseleku is not the right person for this job. Honestly, you guys, I don't feel like he's the right person for this job because he is one-sided. Phela there are two people there. Kusuke kunabantu abawu-two in a relationship. And this is something that is going to bring a change in that relationship. So we need a balance in the person that presents the show, and he fails to do it. It's all about a man. As long as a man, once that woman says yes to him, Umseleku is out of there. Umseleku is out of there. Even if a woman doesn't say yes, but if she gives an indication that there might be a chance that she might say that he's out of there. We'll see how she feels after that. Is she okay after that or whatever? No. Because even the happily ever after, it's more about checking in on a man. Did his tembo work or not? How a woman was affected after. We also what happened with Uma Shelembe, you guys. We also what happened with Uma Shelembe, after the show. After the show. But nobody's looking out for women. I feel like we need balance. I wouldn't mind getting another. I even said when the show began that I wish they could just go a co-presenter. Even if it's a woman, it's another woman. Like Ubaba Mseleku with a woman to present. Okay, just get rid of Mseleku. Maybe you can make some contribution to the show, whatever, but just get someone else, someone who's going to have a balanced view when it comes to Kuzana, isithembu, and understand ukuthi just as much as indoda ibalulekile, umuntu wesifazane is just as important. Lokunyathela ama-feelings nama-needs omuntu wesifazane so that you can satisfy ama-needs endoda. Indoda engeyaneliseka ngisho nanini ngoba next time on happily ever after lo muntu uzobe efuna umuntu wesithathu anyways. And also dealing with the real issues ukuthi ngempela why do you want unkosikazi? Khona izinto ongafanele udile nazo by adding a person to a relationship. It's like once a guy says the solution to the problem that I have right now is adding another wife, that's what Umseleku takes. Is there any other option here? If the issue is that you are not intimate with your wife or whatever, can we look at other options besides you taking another wife? You know what I mean? But I'm not happy with this host. And I'm ready for umuntu omusha mina ukuthi introduce as a host of the show because I don't like him. It's not even ukuthi I don't like Umseleku personally. I don't like what he represents. I don't like that he is one-sided in his view of isithembu. He is about a man. It's like isithembu is about a man. And he will make sure that this man gets it. It doesn't matter what a woman feels. I don't like it. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but I do feel like we kind of have to do something. We kind of have to make some noise when it comes to Mnakwethu and he hosts Mnakwethu. It's either he changes the way he presents the show, which I don't see because honestly, how he presents the show is how he is. He doesn't value a woman that much, or he doesn't appear to me as somebody that values a woman that much. So it will be hard for him really to appear that way on the show. It will be hard for him to present the show that way. It just doesn't. He feels like a man is very important and a man's feelings are very important. But don't be selfish here and not accommodate this man that wants a very selfish thing. How dare you? How dare you question? If a wife says he wants a car, the Umselek would say, oh, she wants a car. But what is the reason that this woman wants a car? Does she really wants a car right now? Is the car what she really needs right now? Or does she need love and assurance from her husband? Or does she need respect from her husband? Or does she need respect from her partner? What does this woman really need? I don't like it. Would they continue using Ubaba Umsele? I don't know if you guys like it. I know some people will disagree because I have spoken about it before to say I do not think that Ubaba Umsele is the right person for this particular job because he is one-sided and he cannot hide it and he cannot even pretend to be on the woman's side, even for 1 second. He doesn't. It's all about a man. So tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Like the video before Puma, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngini thana kakhulu.